after bad results, they still didn't disband, change players. They're just roster they had success with. And a lot of teams would just try to swap players around, disband, whatever.
Yeah, I think that being said, Planet Odd
remaining.
is, in my opinion, not a best-of-1 team either. I think that Planet
5
Odd has a
seconds
really
remaining.
diverse hero pool available to them, and that is usually better in best-of-3s, best-of-5s, where you can really dig into some depth of strategy
Radiant team
and
ban.
reveal new things.
Well, we are 4 hero picks each into this draft now. Sand King, Queen of Pain, Dazzle, Sven for Digital Chaos, Keeper of the Light, Legion Commander, Rubik, and Ember Spirit for Planet Odd. What do you guys
10
make of this
seconds
draft?
remaining.
For Planet Odd, the Keeper of the Light and Rubik,
5
these are two
seconds
supports
remaining.
that don't have any escape mechanism, especially against Pain, Sand King.
Reserve time.
On the other hand, you have Sand King, who's pretty mobile, unlike Dazzle though. So far, I still think DC has a better lineup, especially Grave against Duel. Not much lockdown for Ember Spirit in the early game.
Wait, what the hell are they doing with this caught-up pickup? Like, I like the Lone Druid ban, for example, because it looks to me kind of like Planet Odd are going to run these kind of like 3 different sort of self-sufficient cores that are kind of hard to gank, and that they just constantly push out lanes, and they move heroes around the map with the Keeper of the Light, and they just kind of outmaneuver you to victory. But I don't know what sort of safe lane hero really pulls this all together, because I don't think there's a whole lot that they're going to be able to do to stop DC once they hit their big peak with Sven and
10 seconds
Can they
remaining.
still Naga?
Dude, no.
I
Please
know,
no,
but
please
like
no. We've had
it's
so many
like
long
Coddle.
games.
Sorry.
Like, why do you first pick Coddle though? Like, if you
It's
just
a
needed a
s-
mana support who could do stuff like Crystal Maiden is
Reserve
usually the pick.
time.
But Coddle
It's
just
a
says like, I want to
signature
stall, I
hero
want to
for-
push things out.
For Planet Odd, the one they
Yeah.
had most success with.
DC's turn to
And
pick.
they tend to get a lot of farm.
Oh, Nyx is just like a nightmare for Coddle too.
Radiant
Yeah,
team
it's
pick.
Nightmare for a lot of these heroes. Embers, obviously, but
even
Oof.
Legion Commander isn't very happy with it because she puts herself in one place. The stun is pretty devastating.
So one of those Sand King or Nyx Assassin has to be an offlane. I think
10
what Planet
seconds
Odd was thinking,
remaining.
we don't need to pick Nyx Assassin because we
5
picked our
seconds
heroes,
remaining.
Rubik, Legion, Coddle, and probably didn't think that the DC is gonna go for Nyx because they
Reserve
already
time.
had a Sand King, so we're gonna see one of those on
5
position 3.
seconds remaining.
Razor.
We go for the
Razor.
Razor. I actually like that a lot. It's not an easy Sven game, by all means, and the burden of physical damage is pretty much all on him. So, if Razor gets off a good link,
Yeah, it's a hard Sven game. Razor with Heaven's Halberd, Legion Commander with a Blade Mail, which is Sven's biggest enemy. Maybe even Ember Spirit with Blade Mail, who knows.
there's also, until he gets a BKB, Blinding Light is very annoying.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Planet Odd has a lot of ways to deal with DC's cores. The Nyx is super annoying. Ultimately, I think this, like so many games,
10
comes down to
seconds
support
remaining.
rotations in the early game.
getting a lot with your supports to kind
5
of allow your
seconds
lanes
remaining.
to succeed. It's definitely going to be pretty critical because if this Nyx does get swole and Planet Odd supports are not doing a whole lot, they could turn into just, I could see them turning into
Yep.
food for
If-
DC.
If any other team had Rubik and Coddle, I would say it's shit. But the way Planet Odd plays, both Misery and Saxa, they always get a lot of farm and they're very active early on. They can make plays with pretty much no items at all.
It was Sand King first pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of changing my mind about this. I like the setup, because if you think about it, like Sand King with this boots first build and everything, like the Sand King will be this roaming hero that has a really high impact. But it's hard for the Sand King to actually move around in this game because if you consider your opener, Coddle Legion as a dual offlane, like no two hero lane is going to be able to really beat that, right?
Right.
So the Sand King is now left with this burden of, do I actually make those rotations but leave my safe laner kind of screwed out against Legion Commander, which is not a hero that you want to be able to like let them have a good lane. So
Who's that?
Sand King's going to be
Prepare for
forced, I
battle.
think, to try lane against again, which is still a bad matchup. this Legion and Coddle spam.
Yeah, and that leaves Nyx. Nyx is not a self-sufficient offlaner, and he's against a pretty bad matchup himself in the Razor.
Yeah.
Super deep ward by Bulba, but he's going to get spotted on the way out. So they can only imagine that he was in there to get some vision down. Misery's there waiting for him. Bulba's going to be forced to burrow his way out the other side. And we'll allow Odd to kind of spot on out. They have a sentry here in hand of Saksa. They'll probably wait to see maybe if the camp is blocked at all. By deduction, try to figure out where that works. But like you're saying, we're going to be seeing Coddle in this off-lane setup where he really strides.
Yeah, that's what I feel about Legion Commander.
30
He's not a
seconds to
self-sustainable hero that can do anything except versus one-on-one matchup or certain 1 versus 2. He needs to have some advantage in the early games so he can just shine in the mid game.
This is weird.
What is weird?
They did this 3-man group up on the side of the jungle and there was smoke to invade to take away the bounty.
They're rolling on in. Mason's the first one on the scene
battle
to help guard it out, but it's just a 2-man squad. Dugu has not invested the point. He will for the heal now. And it is going to be Mason grabbing up the bounty and probably living here. They'll have to, you know, take a lot of life loss from it, but at least he holds his bounty room.
That's a small consolation prize when he sees this offlane and he's like, oh.
Do I want to go back to this lane after I go back home?
Yeah, maybe they even keep it or Rubik's gonna TP bottom. I mean, Nyx Assassin can't do much against Razor.
Yeah, this is ultimately
Blasting through the wave and everything.
I thought Misery would be mid, just because Bulba, what he's doing right, zoning out the imp. So I don't think Misery's really needed in top lane. In that matchup with Heat and Keeper of the Light and Legion.
might be what to try to go for.
He's hanging around. They really want to get a kill up here, it looks like. There's a blast. And it connects. Misery not immediate to get in there and try to follow the telekinesis, but does spot out Dubu nearby. Dubu plants down the sentry ward here. Not to scout anything out, but Soxa will be able to work with the full camp, and they're just going to keep the advantage in numbers in this top lane for now. Try to take a quick peek on what's happening here in the bottom half of the map. Resolution for Rev in a 1v1 where Resolution's 5 and 3. For Rev has only been able to scrap together 2 CS for himself.
Well, it's a good thing for DC's offlaner. He can just get the XP. That's the only thing Nyx Assassin can do.
Yeah.
I don't think the mana burn will
Yeah,
do anything to
I've
to
done this
Razor.
build before. It does nothing
He has
against
no
Razor.
int.
Yeah, Razor doesn't care. Like, he doesn't have a high amount of intelligence, and Static Link is not that costly. You will run out of mana burn
Yeah,
mana
before
he
Razor.
runs out of Static Link.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize it was so cheap. He's not going to be really able to bank on that for a good form of harassment here. Nearby is Bulba, bounty rune farming here. As the runes do come out, it is going to be Abed who grabs the one up here. Illusion rune.
We'll move bottom to iron or something.
It's a Razor though. Let's see. Probably more just harassment. Razor does have a salve and some tangos to work through. So he'll simply leash things on up and just try to walk away from this. Oh, a rotation has been forced. It's going to be Misery. Get to lift the pullback from Bulba right under the tower. Oh, they go for the turnaround. They get it done. Nice rotation from Misery there. It all works out nicely, and Bulba is going to be the one to follow. Meanwhile, top lane.
They depend on enough damage to kill him, especially with Razor.
Yep.
I would like to point out that Weehaw has one.
Yeah, I think we can catch up though. I mean, like, DC are losing 2 lanes.
Oh, yeah.
To
This is
19
still
and
definitely
14.
in favor of
Holy
Planet
smokes.
It's just like, you know, if anybody wants to look at the DC side of things, and the highlights of this laning page for them, it is the fact that Ember Spirit's getting
Mr. 10K is just good work in the mid lane on
1 CS lol.
maintaining order here.
Well, it's hard. Sanking was standing there. Like, he got a kill.
Yeah.
Was that a solo kill or
No, I
was
said it
Sanking-
from Bulba.
No,
Oh, no.
He's full
Yeah.
mana.
completely
Wow. Well done there.
Shadow Strike level 2. I think Weehaw may have missed the slight assisted dodge.
We have trouble coming in. Bulba's back on action here. Looks like they're already going to be rotating out the other side. I'd still have this nice board over here.
Great Wizard Bulba against Grand Magus and one more Gandalf.
It's alright, Bulba's got it. His nemesis is Dark Lord Kuroki.
What is Bulba's Patronus again?
Vodka, right?
I don't know.
Bulba snags up the bounty route right in front of old Saksa there. Been very mobile this game, putting in the mileage. And keep
Bulba's-
Odd guessing.
Bulba's Patronus is his X Games hat.
Okay.
Team Tinker shirt.
The
Magnus?
The old TI jacket.
What animal? What animal is Magnus?
It's a
Rhinoceros?
Rhinoceros.
like a rhinoceros mammoth.
Dude, the
Yeah,
Patronus is
rhinoceros
supposed to be
mammoth.
like something that you conjure up with good, good memories and thoughts and feelings. I'm pretty sure when he thinks of Magnus, there isn't anything good about that. If anything, like the Dementors are shaped like rhinoceroses.
It's more of a mammoth than rhinoceros.
Oh, I got it. His Patronus is Clockwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there you go. He thinks he visions the liquid run and he thinks of all those good memories and the Clockwork comes out.
Still a struggle for Wii, obviously, as he heads back to hit a shrine once again. 7-0 to the 33 and 24 of Abed's Queen of Pain right now. Nearby Misery seems to have spotted out Cheeky Bulba. Still moving all about. Abed is about 6.5 at this point. Gonna get closer to that Sonic Wave level up, and then could see them get on the move with it, but there's really no kill potential for them at the top lane, and Forev still needs more time. I guess we might not be seeing DC get too proactive with things kind of working out the way they are in the laning phase immediately.
I think this game is a test for Weehaw, because this historically is when Weehaw does the work. Right, it's when he's heavily pressured. He is not a very strong comeback player under pressure.
Yeah, but I like the fact that he understands his role right now. He understands his team is winning the other two lanes. So just don't die.
I think it's like rationally you know that what's happening is supposed to be happening and you're okay with it, but.
And there's also that mentality where
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
sort of your star players like Weehaw, where you're like, alright, can I be a little
Radiant
bit
structures
Can
are
I go for
fortified.
that extra CS? How big would it be for my team if I didn't get completely dumpstered in my lane?
Yeah.
There's some stacks in the forest. He can come back and they're dominating these other two lanes, especially top lane with Chakra. They're just spamming Overwhelming Gods. Down, gonna out heal that.
Worthy tribute.
And Legion has a good amount of farm. Once he gets Blink Dagger up, he can just go back to the game. Help.
Got him.
Yeah, just a lockdown wall.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is going to be a hard test for that Weehaw boy there. Real tough test.
Very unfortunate.
But puts him down with that first Sonic Wave of the game.
The reason I keep pointing it out is just
Nice lift, pull down onto Mason here. He's going to get blasted. Sport the grave just in case.
The thing is that after that blast...
Oh, Weehaw comes back and he's already in pressure
Radiant's
again.
middle tower
Sorry, go
is
on.
under attack.
after the blast new combo, they don't actually
Dire's
have
top
more
tower
damage.
is under attack.
Get him. The wing clips him, but it's just not enough. That 1 second charge is not going to cut it. Mason and Dubu will be beaten and battered away from the lane, but they will be able to rendezvous with Abed, and all of them together will hit the showers.
They also have some stacks to get back to the game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Earthy stacks right over here for him
Dire's
to kind of
structures
chunk through,
are
but this is an
fortified.
opening for Odd to now move in and get some softening up on this tier 1. Very important tier 1, as we all know. Opens up the dire side jungle for the Radiant to invade quite a bit. And with those stacks as precious as they are, this could be
Dire's
a
top tower is under attack.
fantastic thing for Odd to be able to take advantage of.
Nyx Assassin is level 6. Okay, we're on the map to kill Weehaw again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Link has to run away.
Yeah, we don't.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, we don't get to talk about resolution much just because Razor's not really a exciting
Dyer's
lane to
top
kind of look
tower
at
has
here.
fallen.
He's just getting his win in the lane right now.
Razor's a Jack hero, very
Yeah.
venomous and cancerous to lane against.
Okay, but here comes Bulba with Abed. They're going to make the move without the benefit of the Sonic Wave. There's the stun, there's the Mana Leak. First rotation is going to be coming in Misery, and that's enough to fend off the rest of DC. This time Bulba will be able to make it away with his life, but it's a rotation. Now a haste going to be popped. Abed looking to go in for the possible cleanup here. 4 seconds. Sonic Wave is there. Resolution still very low under the tower. Do they know Abed's creeping in from behind? Still looking for him. And he's gone. They TP out just as he comes in for the scream. And he's going to be left searching.
Misery's just praying. He's like,
Dyer's
please God,
middle
don't
tower
find me.
is under
Where are you?
attack.
You were in here somewhere.
Dyer's structures are
Nowhere though.
fortified.
Not to be found. Misery.
But this is space for the Ember right now.
Uh-oh. Hey, wait a minute. Takes him with the lift, and suddenly I've been spotted. Tries to make his way out, but it looks like our little Rubik friend is going to be meeting his demise fast. Forev will pick that one up with a Vendetta Strike. And it will allow DC to be able to open up on the tower.
Radiant's
Looks
bottom
like Resolution's
tower is
already made
under
his
attack.
return, and he'll actually be able to hold the tower once again for himself and get back to his bottom lane farm.
Yeah, the big difference between the pressure of the 2 side lanes compared to the mid is that the pressure at the top lane actually allows you to be able to take the tower, right? Because there's no TP-ins that can really happen for that safe lane tower. You just still end up getting surrounded. While the mid tower, it's a lot harder to take. There's always going to be a support rotation that pulls back the creep wave or something, dive. So I think Planet Odd, despite the fact that I think the heroes being shut down is roughly even, you know, like how much the Assassin being shut down, I think Weehaw was almost doubly shut down compared to those two. But the big difference is the objective that Planet Odd gain out of their aggression is a lot bigger.
Well, the Sven taking a lot of stacks. Actually, still has an ancient one, I believe.
Yep. Lots of money out there for him to take in.
He needs another ulti to farm that ancient stack. Mask of Madness coming up soon.
Some solo farm time for Dubu to try to get some extra levels, possibly into the grave, into the heal, and maybe get that
Dyer's
ultimate
top tower
online.
is
Well,
under
solo
attack.
even he spent a lot of time moving around. He's
Do
pretty
they have a tome still?
under-leveled and under-farmed himself.
That level 6. A kill and some action could help that, and they are rotating over to this mid lane. Misery's there. Oh, but the rest of Planet Odd are also creeping in from behind. It looks like they're smoked up for this one. Moon's there, links in, has the duel, tries to get a hold and go for immediate takedown onto the Sand King. Can he get it done? Not in time for the duel, but man, he's still living on with the help of the grave. Bulba is fine, and DC just strike down 3. Whoa. Wonderful
This
counterplay.
This is why Dazzle is one of the
Combination there of Abed being hugely set up with that
Yep.
Sonic Wave, like everybody just kind of lined up
Are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
More fortunately for Odd, Resolution just still taking stacks.
Mason also wasn't there though, and he was
Radiant's
able to continue to
bottom
kind of
tower
farm
is under
things up.
attack.
Oh, there's definitely a difference though. I mean,
so many stacks for Sven.
I mean, there's a lot of farm in this jungle for Sven. I mean,
Like,
this is credited to
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
big difference when
That was for Rev stacking. These ones.
Oh, was it
Dubu
for Rev?
wasn't top.
Ah, oh, that's a team effort. I like that. So Fred finding those opportunities to step away from the off lane to get this out for his precious mighty Mason core here.
That's why Planet Odd made that move into the mid lane. If they really want to take the tower, really cuts into Sven's jungling.
And they're back again. They want to get this tier 1. This time they will probably not be hit with as much pressure here. It seems like almost effortless.
Radiant's top
Be able
tower
to get it
is
down.
under Dyer's
Resolution with the
middle
last
tower
hit.
has fallen.
And DC will take their exit here. So at least able to remove another access point. That's 2 of the 3 tier 1s going to be taken down here from Planet Odd.
This is the problem with Legion Commander and why she's not that picked much. I mean, you still get a good timing on a Blink Dagger, but okay, so he tried once, now he showed his Blink Dagger, now it's up, Dazzle, hard to spend so much time trying to get a gank, but it's not efficient.
Force rotations happening here. We might have been spotted out at that moment from Dubu. He's getting the jump for Dubu. Dubu's going to be forced to self-grave and TP out. DC, we're heading back that direction.
With all those stacks taken by the Sven, he's back up, even with the Razor, basically.
What do you think he picks up next? I know it's usually overrated to kind of go for Mask of Madness and Echo Saber, so it's not a game where you want to go probably straight BKB or anything like that, so fighting item, I bet.
Is under attack.
It doesn't feel good, but at the same time, you might have to get it anyways, just because of chains, because of Mana Leak, because of the blind.
Kevin Halbert is a good item here against Razor and Legion as well. Maybe just Sange and into Blink Dagger.
You might want to just farm more.
I mean, for me, it's personally, I think it's either Echo Saber into Blink or Blink.
I like the blink, yeah.
I think you have to. The reason I'm okay if he goes Echo Saber here,
Dyer's bottom tower
it may
is
not
under
fit
attack.
into the timing and the pressure that Menadon is putting into him, but I do think he needs that item because he really is not going to have a whole lot of time to right? Razor stays ahead of you, Ember has to jump away. Like, so you need to get as much. We saw that, what was that he went back for the Echo Saber on that one Sven game?
Yeah, the key here is that in a long, protracted fight, he's most likely not going to win that. Sven has to get off, but he has to burst and do that. And the easiest way to do that is an Echo Saber. And he has like sort of 2, maybe 3 initiators already between the Sand King
Sank has no blink, that's the thing he needs.
and the Mythos. Well, he will have it at some point.
What's the gold of Sank? Probably like 1,000 gold.
1600.
Yeah, so he will have it at some point. And I think the damage output is going to be more important for this Sven. He's their only physical.
I like that DC didn't feel the need to rotate up to protect tier 2. They just rotated up.
Early weave here. Looks like DC
Radiant's middle
committed
tower
to go for the
has been
tower, but
denied.
it gets denied from Weeha. But they do get their first tier 1 tower taken down for DC side. Let's see, come on Mason, what did you decide on? What's coming on our career? It's blink, straight to blink, yeah. I mean, you're looking at a Razor who is going to be building into the 4-staff Hurricane Pike. I would imagine the Coddle. Oh, he's going to go right for Ag. But I could have seen him also go for a 4-staff too. There's a lot of ways to kite around the Sven for mobility. Certainly doesn't hurt.
That's the GH. That's the 4-staff first.
I like the 4-staff. He's got the early point in the mana leak even.
The Razor's gonna get 4 stuff.
Yeah.
4 step first before the Hurricane pick. Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
You have to, like, 4 steps are so good because it's a really good way to be able to save the hero, right? Because they have all these stuns into Sven. So that hero can never protect itself. So you just gotta get these little bursts of movement.
Yep.
Force.
Stun comes in from Sand King, and you get a couple of forces. You may dodge the full epi, a Sonic Wave follow-up, and stuff like that. Yeah, Force is super handy this game.
I feel so sad. He's got 10 minutes have no damage at 17.
They miss the stun. Misery moves in his own stolen burrow and just kind of thwarts this gank. But as Ember comes in, he gets hit with the Carapace stun. Abed's going to be able to be dead as Moon gets the finish there. Forever's going to have to be a hit with the Grave, but Honor not done yet. They dive in deep to go for a full 3-man takedown. And Moon, the one that they started this gank on, is going to be the one that turns things around and claims the double.
That was such sick teamwork, and Misery led that whole thing, right? He starts off with the Burrow Strike, follows up Telekinesis,
Radiant's
makes a
top
call,
tower is
Weeha
under
is
attack.
TPing in. They get the perfect timing on change just ahead of the blink, and then he also steals mana burn, which blows up the Queen of Pain. Otherwise, the Queen of Pain would have been able to jump away after the change was done.
I can't help but think, like, how would that have looked if Forever hit that stun? That
Oh yeah.
they would have had
Dyer's
enough
bottom
damage to
tower
get the kill
is
on
under
the legit.
attack.
King doesn't get the roll.
Yep. What if? This is little mishaps. We
Yeah,
saw a
but
lot of
what
them in the
happens
last
when
game.
I mean, he bought a Blink Dagger and he continues to farm this.
Now you farm faster with Blink because you get the camps faster.
Hey!
That is.
Let's see how that makes up.
Well, I mean, it's they probably messed up that timing. Like, they support 200 cores, you know, are dead now. What's that, a casual Sage?
He also, it's gonna be
Halberd, might be, must be.
It's also like he doesn't know what the enemy's going. If they had 5 man into a tier 2, this
Still a
Blink-
good item.
Yeah, this Blink Dagger would have looked really good, right? Because then we'd have this great fighting initiating lineup as Sven. He doesn't like with a Blink Dagger, he doesn't want to necessarily be the one always moving out and pushing into the enemy side to get the kills and stuff, because he's so much more efficient for him to. But if the team pushes into you, then the Blink Dagger will really showcase it.
The thing is Nyx gonna go for Blink Dagger as well? I don't think...
He has it in queue, but
yeah,
Ag's
I
also
don't think
there.
you need the Blink Dagger. Sven, Nyx, Sanking, it's too much initiation. Pretty much those same heroes, Nyx and Sank.
DC made a hard commitment up behind the tower, but they are going to be coming in just
Radiant's
a bit
bottom
late, as
tower
we
is
saw
under attack.
Moon extracted from behind that tower here by
Radiant
Buddy
structures are
Saksa, as they are
fortified.
making their own bit of side pressure,
Dire's
while
top tower
DC are
is
simply
under
trying to move in
attack.
for a tier 1 that's been lifted up and planted on, or looking for a tier 2 in the top lane, pushing the objective gaming even further.
Radiant's bottom tower
Tier
is
2 should
fortified.
belong to them. DC are starting to rotate in, some from behind, one up front here. Ferev will kind of lead out the charges. He's trying to bait in somebody from the odd side. Oh, Moon goes for it. Gets hit with the blade mail. They go for the immediate stun, lead in. Razor hit hard. Bulba hiding under the Sonic Wave as it flies out. It's going to be connecting onto Moon. Lift up, stolen Sonic Wave from Misery. Heads hard onto Abed, but he's able to just barely blink away. On the other front here, barely edges out from trouble. Down below, Resolution is going to be able to get the finish onto Abed. I'm not sure if his positioning is not what he expected, but Resolution gets the job.
Again, Misery played that so well. He dodged the Sonic Wave, lives long enough to steal it. Him getting that off is again the reason that Abed dies.
The thing for Planet
And in
Odd
the team fight.
is that they need to initiate with Legion on the Dazzle. If they don't see Dazzle, they can't really go.
Fortunately for them, Dazzle braved a little early. Didn't expect, I guess, Forum to survive that long.
Not finishing up the halberd.
Yeah, he had that cube.
Oh, I didn't even notice he had the Earth Club on his backpack too, yeah.
Oh, he needs something
making
against
good time.
Blinding Light, chains, we can actually move it.
Double damage.
Also, you see Resolution also sitting on the overacts now. He decided to Aghanims. He might switch to a BKB if he feels like it's needed. That's why
It's
overacts
for
is such
Hurricane
a good.
Dire's top tower is under
You were
attack.
looking at the coddle.
Briefly, sorry.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, that's a fight.
He'll get a fight. Sucks is finding decent timing on that Agnums. You already
Gotta
know.
look for Planet
Everyone does. It's all
That
good,
way
bro.
the smart things to say really shine.
Odd. Yeah.
Lincoln Sphere for Abed. I don't know if that was acknowledged yet, but pretty
Dire's
necessary
middle
in this
tower
one.
is under attack.
Lots of spells to block.
I'll take your tribute.
You know, mana leak on Quap could be a bit annoying if you don't catch it in the middle of a crazy fight. Bulba and DC wrapping around down below. There's an Invis waiting for him, but they're going to take the smoke play and have their own unique approach. It looks
Dire's
like
top tower
towards
is
this
under
mid lane,
attack.
but Odd are already in a nice spot. They're waiting up in the high ground up near that DC shrine, so DC are going to have quite a difficult time finding a way to approach this. You have to wait for Odd maybe to get a bit impatient and carelessly move down to siege the rest of this tier 2. For now, it's just going to move dangling out in front, but ooh, Bulba tries to go into backliners, only finds the stun onto one. The follow-up stun there from Mason. Blinding Light will bump him on back, and that is going to be what DC have to fend off and wait. Now Odd making their move in, but can't quite find the target. It looks like DC have been able to backpedal and create a bit of space, but they're pretty weak and wounded. They're going to have to head back inside and heal up.
They need that BKB on
Dire's
Sven,
middle
Blinding
tower
Light, and
is under
position
attack.
from Planet Odd is just also
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
was it Dazzle casting ulti just to show the vision when they saw the blast coming, so Bulba went in, stunned only one hero.
You know what? Regardless, I kind of like that move. You know, usually we picture Sam as a kind of a craven guy. He just went.
He's winning and
He
Well,
just
Dazzle
went, I
has a
respect
good
it.
ulti there, so he got vision.
Yeah, but like,
I don't respect it because you're jumping in the initiation on 1 second weave.
I respect
know.
it because it's different. It's a different
Okay,
look from Sam.
sure.
You know,
I'll take
I'm
it.
not exactly saying
TI
that
qualifiers.
The execution was great.
Best time.
Initiators sometimes have to operate off the
That's an off lane, I guess. So here we go. Ooh, big hit from the overwhelming odds as they make a jump of resolution. Now it's going to be Moon turning it around, going for the duel. They get that finish on the resolution. The duel's not going to be completed. They look to go for Abed, but the Grade's going to be there to save it. But now Mason could be left on his own. Weehaw looking to go for the chase, and as he turns to go for the stun, he will get finished. The Red from Nyx now says, I'll take this bounty on my way out. Gets off the stun, but then they quickly shackle him down. Saksa's going to be waiting right out in front just in case. Red gets the green stun with the carapace, but eventually does get handled. One Razor for 2 on DC side.
Gotta use the grave on yourself and your Dazzle.
Hard commitment though to be able to finally get that Razor down. Hand over Mason for it, but he does have his Black King bar now. Still with full 10 seconds to work with.
I think DC probably realized this by now. Planet Odd are always going to be 5. You can't really split up against Nyx, Zing, Flop, and Sven. Sven, especially with the Blink Dagger, is really good at just being quick pop-offs. So if you're initiating on a Razor, which is typically himself, you see him alone, he's probably not good.
So we might hit a bit of a lull as we move into some item farming here. I know Mason just completed that BKB, but he's already got the Yasha queued up next. On the odd side of things, Carl's getting much closer to his Agnum Scepter, and Abed would love to finish that Linken's, but Modern already moving in here, claiming over Roche territory, plus warding up into the high ground to see if DC are perched up, ready for a fight. That's not the case. Odd instead holding way up north here. Spot out Bulba. Hits him with a mana leak and a bump back, so now he's going to be out of mana, stunned in his spot. Recalling in Moon to try to get the initiation. Bulba will be able to blink away.
I think that's going to be the tough part. Abed and Bulba really need to try and split the map as much as possible. Because Planet Odd are going to be playing so much 5-man, they need to start shoving in some of these waves to try and force Planet Odd either constantly on the defensive, or it actually splits up heroes where you can give them picks.
It's hard to play push against Boots of Travel, Ember, plus Keeper of the Light, who you just finished Axe.
He is probably, yeah, he just got it. And daytime for at least a minute and a half. They have the extra bonus heal and ridiculous vision power. I don't know if they're going to be quick to try to make something happen off of it. They could go for the Roche. They're pinging it out now, and it looks like that's going to be the case. They can have Saksa hang out right over here, be able to watch unobstructedly. But as it would appear, DC are not even going to bother. This is going to be a freebie for Odd. And this goes to Kane, I would imagine, right? Yeah. I think you give it to you for whatever reason. He's actually, it looks like he's dropping off the wand.
Yeah, I think it was there.
Oh my god! Abed just moves in. Resolution will be able to pick up the Aegis though, and now Abed could be in a lot of hurt. He is able to get the timing of the Blink on out while they go for the duel. It's set up. It's actually Moon who's going to get chunked on down. Resolution, dealing with the static link. Lots of damage sapped, but look at Resolution. Forces his way up to the high ground, barely alive. It's only the Golems that are going to be coming in to beat him down, but he lives on. On the other side, it's going to be Saksa who is blown up. Resolution's still stuck in there. We'll spot him out and finish off that Aegis.
Spike ready, 2 seconds.
Out, forced to the other side. Dump him in there. Misery shows up though, gets the telekinesis lift, does not manage to get the steal in the Stonewall. But Resolution is very dangerous. Finally they bring him down. Oh, a rotation in from Weehaw here, maybe a bit too late. Do DC want to continue to play this? The attempted slight on the way out. Nice dodge there of the Stormhammer from Misery. They're trying their best to kite around, but eventually Weehaw finds himself under the silence. And then going to the top.
Radiant's top tower
Lots of-
has fallen.
Lots of momentum now being thrown the way of Digital Chaos at the conclusion of that.
I'll take
Really
your
ballsy play from Abed there, just blinking into Roche a bit, stealing the Roche last hit.
Yeah. Sonic Wave.
Yeah, Snatch, so.
It was cool because he was so far ahead of his team, right? Because they were sort of out of position, they were pushing up bottom and stuff. They made the realization, and Abed he just kind of charged in fearlessly. I think in some ways they felt like this was one of those do or die scenarios. Like we have to get this Aegis. Like we have to get a good fight around this Roshan pit.
And I gotta say, Mason did so much damage. He was getting linked up. Razor was running away while linked, but Mason, he didn't care.
They got good rotation to the top lane to spot out the little side pushing Dazzle. Quickly claim some free dual damage for Moon. What's he up to now? 24, 30 minutes in. He's probably not super excited about that.
Yeah, that's with a 10-minute blink dagger.
Yeah. Coming up a bit short in some of those duels, even in that recent fight. KB really kind of helped him out there. He has his SNY done. Farming just don't stop. He makes his way through the planet odd side of the jungle. We have Resolution down here now trying to defend under the tier 2, but rotations are coming. Go for the jump, yes they are. Bulba leads it with the early board. Effective falling stuns there from Mason, and they just chop away at the Razor. He goes down, walking and flexing his BKB. Mason looking to fend off the rest of the planet odd members. Prevent them from
Radiant
even
structures
testing.
are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Highlights one of those the weaknesses about Razor. If you're not fighting early, getting objectives,
Radiant's
getting
bottom
those
tower
kills,
has fallen.
you fall behind. Look out, compare to the laning phase stage between Mason and Rezo. Rezo had a free lane. Mason had a terrible lane. But Planet On never really utilized it, I feel. And so Mason just takes stacks, catches
Yeah, the
back
stacks
up.
was huge. A lot of
And
credit for
then,
them pulling all that money on.
Razor isn't like the greatest catch-up. Flashpoint that was. And now look at it.
They are
Top of net worth.
controlling pretty much the majority of this map. And every time Odd walk out from their base here, they're under the watchful eye of DC, and more opportunities could present themselves. There's Bulba perching up once again. Weehawk could show himself in the lane here. They ping him out, walking forward.
Dubu knows he got fires.
Look at nice carapace stun to lock him in. Can they lock him down long enough to go to the finish? Yes, they can. Then dominating as they take down the Emperor Spirit. Planet Odd trying to split the top lane to make up for it, but DC just continue to look jacked.
Dire's top
He doesn't
tower
have
is
any
under attack.
item. Fuel Scepter would be good here against those silences to dodge spells as well.
Yeah, that more gets silent. Traps. A couple of these fights.
Dire's
Have
top tower is under attack.
Problematic, right? There's no one right that really protects him. If he
Radiant's
gets his
bottom
linkage
tower is
that
under
he's
attack.
doing up right now, then he's still
Dire's
extremely
top tower
susceptible
is
to
under
the...
attack.
Well, I guess you can play around it, right?
Radiant's
Just
bottom
can't play
tower.
guard pretty quick.
Dire's top tower.
You get the
has
Maelstrom
fallen.
and you get and you don't use flame
Radiant's
guard
bottom
anymore. If you have the
barracks are
link
under
you
attack.
protect against the first stun, the first
Dire's
time
top
you get a signal.
barracks are under
For you
attack.
to jump out immediately, dodge the follow-up stun. So I guess there is ways he can play around it, but
Yeah, it's good against Nyx not to use Flame Guard, but Linken's doesn't block Nyx Assassin Stun.
yeah, that's true.
Nyx just looking like a stellar pick.
Yeah, just great against Umber.
The rollout here, Odd, after losing their bottom tier 2 tower, smoked up. They are slowly hustling up and over here. Saksa sports a couple of wards, looking to probably get some deep intel for his team. Not really looking to commit any deeper for any sort of trade.
I think it's
DC.
interesting that they have the gem on the Rubik and not the Coddle.
That should help.
It's very interesting.
Maybe because
He's got 3 minutes.
Rubik has a Blink Dagger, so it can escape the gang from, unlike Coddle.
Coddle has an ability that gives him unobstructed flying vision.
Yeah,
Should
but
see
still
the
if
gang
they're
coming.
smoked.
That's true.
I mean, they're moving as 5 anyways.
He gets his own 4-staff now too. Other options to maybe even bail out some of these teammates who are lacking their own defensive options. Maybe kite away from the Sven. The big one. KB in the works here for Abed, it would appear.
Yeah, but listen to this initiation. scenario the Cap was talking about, no flame guard, so he can't initiate carapace, but once he has melt built up, if it procs, he just shows up out of the invis, uses carapace.
Yeah,
Got him.
I've done that before.
It's about the little things.
Lens.
That's why the Planet Odd in their strategy is to be able to control the map and keep this coddle with Ags. You know, they just wanted the bounce back and forth, right? Like constantly keep the lanes pushed in past river, so Ember Spirit can be less afraid of Nyx Assassin push outs with heroes behind it, right? Because Nyx Assassin by himself will never be able to kill this Ember Spirit, but he's the initiating stun for all these other heroes. But unfortunately, Planet Odd threw very mistakes, right? The first mid fight that they had, that cost them a lot of time. They still took that mid tower, but then the Roshan play also lost them a lot of ground. If they actually get that Roshan, they get that Aegis like 5 seconds early, and they walk away from that pit, then they do control the map like they did.
Okay, maybe it's up right here. Nice chase. All up, they pop the linkage with the Fade Bolt. That leads to the lift, that leads to the duel, and that leads to the victory. And that's a 4 times kill streak and a 554 gold bounty. And now be handed over. Mood takes the last hit.
He doesn't have buyback.
74 seconds. Yeah, they would be out of this game. They go for Shrine since they got that top tier 3.
Yeah, I think if they knew that in that buyback, they'd be trying to hit the tower here. Roshan's not up, right? No.
We got another 2.
Is that what that clock says?
Let me look at it again here.
Yes.
Yeah, look, you can
2.5
click on-
minutes, he's right.
Alright.
I'm not wrong.
Or you just go like that.
I don't know how to read that thing.
Why didn't Valve?
They don't.
Oh.
Here Odd are pushing their way out through the bottom lane. We haven't been able to see them kind of push past the river in a while without, you know, at least as a team. So after feeling confident enough to move in, grab a couple of shrines after a nice pick off on a bed, they've been able to move forward and get some work done
Dire's
on some
bottom
tier
tower is
2s.
under
DC
attack.
though are also getting their own
Radiant
shrine action
structures
happening
are
here.
fortified.
Kind of dodging each other a bit, waiting for
What
that
is-
Roche to come up.
What is Sven's BKB?
Like 7.
And
8.
Well, maybe you should just wait
Dire's
next
bottom
after
tower
it looks
has
stupid.
fallen.
watch the.
Thank you, Dakota.
No problem.
Well, look at Sven's items. He goes for full Daedalus. I think Bloodthorn would be a better choice, even an MKB before that for Stalis. Since he has Solar Crest and Blinding Light, especially during the daytime fights, once he's being beaten down.
Yeah, I wonder what the philosophy is. Because part of it is Daedalus is still a single target that you have to use on Daedalus, for example. Daedalus is still the faster damage, technically.
Yeah, but if you then don't get anyone killed during that 8 seconds and it's gonna drop KB, what do you do then? It's hard to not count
Oh, hello. Whoa.
I mean, it's still the same, right? 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Your philosophy is still the same, right? Get the God Strength, blink in, and kill one hero, one core instantly. Daedalus should let you do that if you
Moon feeling himself, jumping right on in, gets a hold of Bulba, but the Grave will save him from rewarding the dual damage. Now Bulba's going to try to make his way out up north while Mason jumps in for the backliners. Tries to get a hold of the Coddle. The Coddle's got the first step and makes it out. Here comes Resolution, static linking up, but then the static link is going to get quickly broken. Coddle goes down and will buy right back. Meanwhile, it is going to be hit with that character stun. Follow-up stun's also going to be there, but they blast out Forev from the fight. Blinding Light bump back onto Mason and company after Abed dishes out the Sonic Wave, and both teams will split away from each other.
Is that a buyback for
Yeah.
Worthy
Well, they dueled
twins.
a non-dazzle target again.
Some people
Fortunately,
never
the
learn.
fight worked. Fortunately, the fight worked. It looks so bad when he got the double stun on Stormhammer.
Yeah, I was like,
Four
oh god.
stabs saved the shit out of that one.
And 4 stabs are definitely making things very difficult for Mason to kind of close things out. Already odd though, back inside the pit. Looks making a move for the Roche, and it looks like DC are...
Oh, double damage on Sven.
Okay, hold on a second here. DC might have not wanted to do much about it, but a double damage just so tasty. Down to about half of its life. DC en route. The weave comes out immediately.
Abort.
Odd. You're like, oh, abort. Abort and wait for the weave. But Mason has double damage. It's like, you're not going to fight with the weave, and I'm going to take your Roche. He's going to jump right in and take it. Fine. Grab a formation there. Now Bulba makes the move towards that high ground on the other side. The follow-up stun. Now moving in, Mason says, let's play. And they try to get into it. Abed also deepening action here. He's going to get hit with a static link. Finally, link out to the other side.
Just running around.
Forever. Going to be the one caught out. They hit him with the grave after the mana leak slows him down a bit, but Mason will be able to get the jump on the moon and finish him off.
That was literally the most absurd space creation I've ever seen, where he just like walks around with a BKB and then blinks away, and the Sven's just running after him the whole entire time. I guess he doesn't feel comfortable going for the racer still.
I mean, it was an awkward position up on the hill as well. And, you know, there's a Legion commander sitting right in front of you. It's, you know, you go for the target that's...
It's hard to take down Razor, 3k HP. He needs some lucky RNG in Sven.
Yeah, it's just usually the way you see Sven play, right? Is they just hit whatever's there, right? So it doesn't necessarily, like, they don't necessarily...
Very simple.
They're ready to switch targets as long as the target is next to him, right? Not Mason.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you kind of are locked into that mentality because your top strength only lasts so long, your Mask of Madness only lasts so long, as well as you need, like, every second is precious.
Yeah.
You want to spend every second hitting something.
Odd take to their side down here below while DC make their own sweep. Could see the colliding a bit. Waits to the high ground. Super chop side here. DC are not far off. They're going to see that illuminate also. They're not about to run up into that high ground blind. Alright, so DC have an 80%. What do you get out of it here, your DC?
I don't feel like there's that much pressure for DC to make things happen. Just because I'm looking back here and it's like the Ember Spirit, he's not terribly farmed. He's got all these like garbage mid-game items. You know, they're good at the time. It's the right item build, but it fills up your inventory. You don't like it. Solar Crest, Veil, these aren't your late-game items. This Legion Commander hasn't been getting like a whole lot of dual damage, so you're not afraid of him scaling. Racer's gonna top out eventually, so DC, like, they'll probably try and make something happen here. Out of Shrines, maybe they'll go for the high ground push at the bottom, but I don't feel like they have to. Right, they're very rapidly closing in on their big ticket items. Mjolnir level 25 on Queen of Pain. Sven is about to pick up, or actually has his level 25. You know, he still has like maybe a later game Bloodthorn, stuff like that. So I don't feel like they're under the gun to necessarily make things happen. It's just about like whatever opportunity presents itself. If they can get all the lanes corralled and nobody gets picked off.
Yeah, what Cap is saying, look at Ember Spirit. He has a lot of defensive items now. Lincoln's, Solar Crest, even Veil is kind of a defensive item. With BOTs, he invested so much money. He still doesn't deal any significant damage, especially against Sven Warcry.
Most of its damage is coming out until that big burst of the remnant.
Still magical right now.
Chains and maybe a Mjolnir pop right now.
I'd like to see somebody on DC. I don't know who that would be. The next.
Oh, that's really nice from him. Plus he has Ether Lens, so that's gonna be even more valuable, especially on the target they duel.
Yep.
Razor, no magic damage. Coral, some magic. Elsie, none, pretty much. Just Ember. Even if they duel someone, especially with Grave, they have like a double save.
Alright, here comes the high ground push coming out from DC with the last moments of that Aegis. See how much they're going to be able to get out of it here. Blast continue to fly out from Odd and fly to Fist from Fade Bolts. They have
10 seconds tonight.
They have a ridiculous amount of outspam waves. Now it's going to be nighttime.
Push into this, especially
Okay, moving from Bulba. Nice 4-staff dodge. And Bulba's going to have to head right back out.
they need to take a fight before they can take the Raxes. I mean, it's impossible to push into Blinding Light, Illuminate, Razor.
The resolution grab, gets 1-4 something above, jump in, immediate duel, but oh my god, it's gonna be Moon is blasted down. The big moves in for resolution. Misery does get a stolen Sonic Wave and tries to reflect it right back, but they are still holding out here. They get Mason down. Now it's gonna be Abed with back to his BKB. Him and Bulma trying to take it to Wii and remove the other core. Can they get it? Yes, Abed with the double kill on that one. Now looks to go for Saksa. Spots out resolution a bit weaker. But as they corral on back inside their fountain, they look to go for the objective at hand. Back to the racks here, trying to get as much damage as they can, but that is healable damage, of course, so unless they can go for the finish, it's not going to feel satisfying here for DC. It's just about time for another weave, so they cast a defensive one here and allow Abed to continue to go to work.
Yeah, really questionable duel there on a Sven.
I think he just did it for safe resolution.
Back.
He's one of those like, oh god, I have to save him, I have to duel. Oh, this
is taking a lot of time here. They still have 40 seconds of no Ember. You say the same though for no Sven. He's jumping from Abed, looking to go right for Misery. Gets the quick turn down. Now Abed's going to get popped in low ground. Forev though, caught inside while the jump out duel's going to be there. He gets a good catch on for the Dazzle and takes him out right away. The follow-up slash is going to be there, and Moon claims the double, as Forev will also be going down. Forces both Abed and Bulba to go for a hasty retreat.
That's a good duel there. Nice play by Saksa though. He's doing so much with that Coddle. The guy is the expert of the hero, just bouncing them around with 4-staff, Blinding Light. They had no mana.
You're gonna get level 25 on Razor soon. It's your peak. Pretty much on the way to put it, right? You get that static link damage. It still is going to be like, even if you get the full static link steal on Sven, he's still gonna get more out of it, his god strength, or at least close to it. So Planet Odd best time to win this game is probably now.
Man, they get
the next 5 minutes, win fight, get Roshan, go high ground.
They are beelining it right to DC, and they're not prepared for it. It's Mason caught in the middle of the lane, and they're going to go in right for it. Mason gets the grave, though, survives on, pops the God Strength, turns around, and just knocks down Moon. Looks to go for resolution, but he's going to get finished off in the end. Now it's resolution kind of taking charge on this one. Him and Abed goes no.
Sonic Wave.
Resolution's able to scoot away from the Sonic Wave. Abed looking to make chase, but now he's caught between 3. Follow-up's going to be there. Forev waiting out for the stun. Gets it. Blinding Light bump back there from Saksa, but they blink on in and go for the finish. They will get Weehaw down.
Queen of Pain with level 25 Mjolnir,
Radiant's
spell
courier
lifesteal.
has been killed.
I think it's a bit overpowered. Too much percentage.
Yeah. I agree. It's like they dealt with the blade mail part of it, but there's other items that let you do.
Oh, come on. That's what makes her good.
Yeah, I'm
Shut
glad
up,
she's
Shari,
back,
you
though. Always good and entertaining to watch the Pain play, but still too much.
I mean, it is sadly the way that these, because I think we all really like Queen of Pain, we like Puck, we like Lina. In the current meta though, because of the power creep and how everybody has to scale, so our mid, like our tempo controller mids are all secretly carries, and that's why they're in the meta.
Yeah,
right.
if you take that away, then you have to give her
Yeah, but
something else.
60-55% would still be good.
Yeah.
I mean, she just stands there regioning more than with Tanic.
Yeah, that's sick.
Disgusting. For word
That's
for it.
fucking
I mean, you can still get Radiance.
awesome.
So once you get the Bloodthorn,
Yeah.
That should help.
The Bloodthorn pop is magic damage still, right?
Yeah.
So it's
So
like a
wha-
big.
once the damage is done, the amount of momentum, especially if the whole team focuses the target.
Think about that concept, right? It's like other people are doing the damage for you
For
to
you.
lifesteal off of.
Yeah.
Crackle with power.
The thing, someone said it, and I'm not sure if it works. If you pop Mjolnir on someone else, do you still get the lifesteal from it?
Oh, I don't know. Tweet at Lacoste Dota with the answer.
Q.
Prepare for a lot of wrong answers, Dakota.
Oh, I won't prepare. Lacoste should prepare.
In the next 5 minutes.
We have about 3 minutes of daytime here for Planet Odd to work with in a very fragile time of the game, which is Rogue. So they are going to get their bums right over here and try to kind of take control of it. Inside the pit already, he's supposed to cast a solo weave and run up the other direction. Very critical moment. Going to be going into a bit of a standoff there.
Oh, the best rune she can get. Arcane Rune and Queen of Pain. Still over cooldowns. I mean, she has 5
Go
items
for
that
the
you can use.
School given.
Denies the region.
Oh, she actually gets the lifesteal. Or was it the proc on Mjolnir from her attack?
I'm not really sure.
Because it's capping so much that you can't actually.
You know how Jack loves watching Venomancers? And
Yeah, you like watching these.
I love watching Queen of Pains and Storm Spirits. Don't nerf these. They will. Please no.
I mean, the next patch has got to be the rise of the safe. After TI, it's gotta.
So we
Like, how long has safe lane been out of it? You know?
Well, Safe Lane's been out of it ever since we've seen the rise of the offlaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's been the
that's pretty
case
long.
since like the last 2 years
7.
or something.
Yeah. So I think at some point they're gonna. I think the next patch is.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's a nice duel.
Running out the other direction. Taken out. They don't get it fast enough. They will get it looks like on this end. Meanwhile, Resolution making things. Now getting chased out from Perez. They surround him with Power on bed. They begin to right click it in. Mason jumps into action. He gets hit with the blinding light though. And can't quite swing it in. Weehaw stepping in, helping out with Resolution. May have to hand his own life over to make it away. They need a bit more. The miss. Can't quite get it. Gets the chase down. They finally will get the leapfrog play. And
What a sweat.
To the light.
Yeah, you could see in the previous fight the thing I was talking about with an MKB instead of or just a Bloodthorn. But MKB would have been a better choice. I mean, the guy is hitting and is dealing no damage at all.
But fortunately, they have this Queen of Pain who, no matter how well Planet Odd are playing around it, right? Press the attack on all these orchids, force staff to dodge the Sonic Wave. It doesn't matter. This hero is existing, therefore it doesn't die.
Thank you.
Akasha.
I'm glad you did all these cool things, but Queen of Pain's a hero in the game,
Yeah.
and you lost.
Thank you, Arcane Rune once again after 40 minutes. 50% chance, not bad.
Your shrine has fallen to the ground.
Roche goes down. The sweet lady is going to be the one to pick up that Aegis. Now he can have 1 life he can just go ham with.
Radiant's
at this
middle
point.
tower is under attack.
While bottom Resolution frantically trying to push things out, but his relevance to the game continues to fall down. He's
Radiant
now 3rd in
structures
net
are
worth behind both
fortified.
Mason and Abed way up
Radiant's
at the
middle
top.
tower is under
So you
attack.
can only imagine that Weehaw's relevance is even further behind that. Maybe if Planet Odd found a way to stall things out with
Radiant's
the power
middle
of their
tower
spam
has
between
fallen.
Coddle and Fateful, Razor and such, they can take it to a late game, but I don't see that happening at all. Boo's going to be forced to go with his BKB now, and Abed just dives on in with that first life, and he is trying to just take out whatever backliners and support to weaken the corner as best as he can. This Razor already has no mana, has to get helped out with the Lincolns, and just rushes his way back inside the fountain. Sonic Wave goes out, finds a little bit of a target there.
What is this hero? It's
Look
not-
how much
it's even
space she
legal.
just created. She literally lived
She's
up to
1
like 2 lanes
versus
of
5.
Brax.
Everything right now. They're going to do everything they can to stop her. Oh, wait, she's got a shallow grenade. Hops out the other direction. Joins the rest of the team. Red plays out in the epicenter. And they just leave. Gone. Odd chasing, though. They got 1 Rex down. That's it. It's all about Abed. Causing chaos, creating the space for the team.
How do we win this? How do we win this, guys? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we just throw Abed at them. They have to put 5 heroes against her for 10
Oh,
seconds,
look what
and we take
have.
2 lanes of
Arcane
Brax.
Rune on bottom. He actually ate G's.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got a DD top.
He's got a Moon Shard for more Mjolnir procs. That's the thing. It's not about the right-click damage. It's about more attack speed to have more Mjolnir procs, so you can spell steal some more.
There
That's
it is.
awesome.
Brooks been here the whole time, probably in the bathroom. All right, they're back now.
Yeah, they desperately need, like, they don't have it because they're the ones who farm is always going to be lacking. But in order to beat this Queen of Pain linking, like, you have to have the hard lockdowns. You have to have Abyssal Blade. You have to have Sight of
Burst. Blade mails.
No, it's
Blade Mails and
just
Jagged
pure
Vibes.
disable.
Yeah, this is a good item that Razor has queued up. Bloodthorn.
Unfortunately, as the DC have the late game teams, they're always going to be heading farm, so they'll always have many of the counters to device, and they'll have like their swords, and they already have one on Volva.
Okay, here comes DC. The old behind the back play here. Forev comes down below, and they made the spot out. Soxa though blinks right in to Mason. And doesn't quite finish him off. Look at that. Soxa's going to be able to hide away in the trees and participate from there, it would appear. You go on chase from Wii, while it's going to be Abed dishing out the Sonic Wave. Misery, this fight totally split all over the mark right now. Abed finds the target onto Wii, hits Forev, makes a chase there. Soxa tries to help out with the blinding light, but now it's going to be Moon stepping in. Goes for the duel
For
onto
the
Abed, but man,
Dual summon.
they just can't get anything.
Dude, Soxa did not die.
I don't know, Mason
Mason thought he was dead.
Mason granted mercy.
for real though.
Well,
Then he got kited around by Misery a shit
I'll
ton.
take your
Didn't matter. Mason did nothing in that fight. If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
He hit Keeper of Life but didn't kill him. He got kited around by a Rubik.
yeah, that's what the Mason
He's
has
an
been doing for
intimidating.
the last 3 fights.
Under attack.
He spikes the face time for Queen of Pain.
Every single one of these fights, Razor's having a tougher time.
Yeah, he is. She's like, did you just mana leak me? Jumps right back in, pops the BKB, forces them off, forces the buyback out from Wii.
Think I care attack damage?
From Razor.
Radiant's middle
Static
Static
link
link me
on.
for what? I still right click you for Mjolnir procs.
Has fallen.
Look at that stun. He goes inside the base from here.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the Razor's having a static link blocked by Lotus Orbs. Or, you know,
That is one long ass stun.
and he's also getting Nyx Assassin's like Herpes and a mana burn for landing
Radiant's
stun.
bottom barracks are under
Guaranteed
attack.
stun. Oh, what a
Forev's got hiding underground.
Underground
Is
Dota.
he giving him life?
Radiant's bottom
Get him out. Let's get him out.
Just a slow, chaotic siege. Oh, by the way, your other lanes are also getting pushed in here, Planet Odd. They'll have to deal with both mid and bottom.
Awesome.
Yeah, adding the talent tree just was God's gift to Queen of Pain in her late.
All her all talents
Yo, she
are
needed
awesome.
it, alright? She'd been in the dumpster for like 3 years now.
But it's weird that you have Queen of Pain and Mina who can outcarry every single carry in the game.
Yeah, they're like conceptually that's not what the heroes are
I don't
supposed to be.
see
Yeah.
a problem with this.
Well, it's fun,
That should help.
but still,
Invisibility.
she can outcarry 5, 6, 9 slotted
I'm
Phantom
convinced
Lancer,
I need to
just
have
name
one.
any hero.
I'm
Like I
the
said,
star of the show.
I don't see a problem with this.
You know, I encountered one of these problems and I thought I had a eureka moment. What if I get Silver Edge? It doesn't work again. It decreases his damage output, which obviously then has
Yeah, but what
An
if you
impact
Silver
on
Edge
the
Lina,
heal,
she
but-
doesn't get the passive, or does she? If you
What?
break
Fire
Lina's
Soul?
Fire Soul.
Lena, yeah, she doesn't get Fire Soul. By Queen of Pain, you can't break. Like, you can't.
I broke your lifesteal,
I
right?
wish.
Break it
God, I
down.
wish.
No more lifesteal.
You break a talent, you choose what, like 25 strength.
Listen,
On some hero, then you,
I was
then you
really
lose,
stressed. I was in like an
lose
80-minute
HP.
game, and I was super stressed out, and I was streaming. And I was like, "Wait, guys, somebody look up if Break removes talents." and I was like, 10 seconds later, I was like, "Oh no, I'm an idiot."
You could do that for not a new buff, disabled talent tree. None that disables talent. Boy. Okay, DC, they're on the perimeter. They're putting down the wards. They're trying to restrict as much as possible so Odd can't comfortably
Oh, that's
move
cute.
out from the
Misery
map.
stole Burrow.
Can you do anything with it?
So-
can you can't
I mean,
stun
you can
with
cast
it.
spells. They're not. They don't have increased range.
He gets a lot of regen, damage reduction.
I love what this guy says. I don't know the answer, but I wanted you to say hi, and you're doing a great job. And I think we get
Shoutouts
our-
to who
Shout
is
out
it?
to Estifus.
Shout out to you, Estivus, chiming in.
Yeah, but this
Internet.
guy says you get a proc, even if it's on another target. Thank you, Timothy.
All right.
If it's correct,
OP.
if it's not,
Shame.
Shame.
Retweet him later if it's wrong with a quote. That's, you know, this guy was wrong. Shame him.
Yeah.
Shame.
yeah, public
Oh.
shaming is always good.
I mean, if they do it to us, sure that we could do the way around, right?
We're making a Reddit thread.
Helps
if
me
it's not, if it's not true.
I demand an apology. I would like Valve to ban you from their events.
You're a Dota fan. You should know these things. Read the patch notes.
This toxic behavior out of the clubs.
Right, DC like sharks in water still.
Does Queen of Pain have Octarine Core finished?
He does.
That's just for the lulz.
Yeah, that's all it
That's
is.
just so you BKB more often, Mjolnir more often.
Dude,
Life
he's-
steal
he's-
more often.
He's got Arcane Rune. There is almost no downtime for Mjolnir static charge.
Whoa, moves in right away to go for it, blinking right inside the base. Traditional gets the BKB off. Muzo gets a
Oh,
good
he's
duel
going
with
down.
the blade, or with the blade mail. Is going to be able to blast on it, take it on bed. Too
They don't have
confident,
buybacks.
too arrogant, too cocky. Let's see. Take 2 hard shots. Dubu could be next here. Gets off the self-grave, but eventually it will expire, and so will his life. 3 go down almost effortless here. When Odd will lose
Wait,
Misery, but they buy
it's
back. But
wait.
Rem was also in there with the gem hiding underground.
What is going on?
3 of them don't have buyback.
Okay, well, all right then.
There's the
DC.
burst.
What?
There's the burst we were talking about. Dagon against that Queen of Pain. They actually
Yeah.
locked her down. I don't know what happened with Mjolnir proc. Can you purge Mjolnir? Probably not. Get rid of Mjolnir somehow. Maybe with Panda.
Yeah, you could.
Can you repick Coddle into Panda right now? And
Spend that 30,000 gold hero change we were talking about. Too bad they don't know, right? Like they all they know is that Inky doesn't have buyback.
But,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But was Sven on the bottom?
Welcome to the Radiant.
shooting and throwing. I'm just going
I am M God. I'm going to go try and take Megas by myself.
Ah, here I go, bitches!
He's gonna do it.
Yeah!
TP out.
I'm Mason.
God. Oh. The very end.
Well, I mean, either way, this is odd. You, like, who cares about buyback? You go down. You go down mid right now. There's no God Strength BKB. Mason's trying to get a refresher out right now. But he needs the courier to actually go out there. Oh, never mind.
He's got
you
it.
can actually
Yeah.
get
You can actually
don't
buy
have to
it.
get secret shop anymore.
Nice. But
Damn.
you're gonna look smart after this.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't look any dumber, so it's good.
Damn. Mason with the. Oh my God, Mason's so good. He fully baits this out.
Oh, okay. Force move for resolution here. The duel is dead. Again, going to be onto Abed, but this time they have a bit of the damage. No!
They
Abed
got
goes
it. No
down.
buyback.
There's no buyback. He's out for good, but Mason is going to be the one to step up to the challenge instead. He gets burned through all this mana. It's going to be stunned in his spot. Bubble looking to follow it up, moving in with a big empty center. They force back. Misery to keep him safe. Same for resolution. Hiding outside, but Forever will be able to move in and help get the finish. Misery goes down. No buyback for Wii. No buyback for Misery. Same goes for Moon. Looks like DC do hold.
Where's the grave?
He both takes the melee racks and baits Planet Odd to all in to a push.
M
Woo!
God, the true cat.
Am God.
And he buys refresher in a base. Actually, you need to go to secret shop, anime secret shop, but somehow being a god,
whatever. All right.
Mr. Kokona doesn't care
I didn't
about
hear
the
none of
rules.
you talking about the implications of him using God's strength in BKB. Or the fact that he was going to buy out a refresher.
I mean, that's because you said it.
Yeah, I appreciate you
okay.
telling the story. Someone has to.
Give you the low-hanging fruit, since obviously
I've been taking most of
knowing
them.
what items you can buy in the base is troublesome for you.
Spotted bottom here. Forever will guard it out. Regen up at the top. And here we are. 20 more seconds for the Queen of Pain to make their return. Digital Chaos are simply 1 racks away from Megas here. And this is just game number 1 of a best of 3 start of our North American playoffs.
Real slobber.
Real barn burner. A hard breach here for Odd. They're just gonna.
They're just going to get like 5 Lincoln Sphere. I mean, how do you play Razor late game? You know? You're literally, your only play is to get a good static link.
And you have to get it on the Sven, and it has to last a long time.
Yeah, it can't be Lotus Orb or Lincoln's. Right? Like the cooldown is so long.
Lotus there.
26
She's got a
seconds.
Lincoln.
The fight's over by the time you have static link
Well,
up again.
where's Sven refresher?
Maybe in the base, on the ground.
No, that's not it. Courier?
Did he sell it after he used it?
No, he brought it back with a courier. Oh, it's back in.
Oh, there's another courier. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They're on top of each other now. Guys. All right, well,
Is
it's on.
that a flying boot?
Oh, there it was. No, that was a
It's the
recipe.
crab inside of a boot.
Wait,
A boot's a travel.
it's a Lincoln Sphere. All right, guys. I seriously don't know where
Yeah,
the
Charlie
refresher
asking
is.
the
It's
real
gone.
question
What? No,
here,
it's on the
kind of
Sven.
courier
Oh, it's on the Sven now.
that is.
Oh, now it's on the Sven. Okay. Jesus Christ, that was like a magic act.
Yo, we got some time before the push happens. Relax.
Yeah, this is it's a slow build up right now. All the ducks must be in a row here for Odd if they want to have a relevant chance in these fights. Slowly moving out. Going to get the catch onto DC here. DC are seeing no one in lane on Odd's side.
Misery's in it to win it. He's getting Dagon next. I like Misery's played really impressive. Really good Rubik for all these fights, but he's a hard 5 position.
Worthy tribute.
Just Odd farming their way out to their own base here. DC timing things out before they can slowly crawl out, but look at this. Ooh, a jump in and a catch. A force to the low ground. Moon would be left behind here.
He had BKB.
What is he doing
For the
out
burner.
there?
I don't know why they
The
were
rest of his team
continuing to
is
hang by that
back.
shrine.
Are they yelling at each other?
I can't believe there's not a single Heaven's Halberd and you're playing against Sven. Even against Queen of
Yeah.
Fate.
They're trying. Moon Mander, which for the AC.
He's trying.
Instead of the halberd. No, he's trying to get the halberd now.
No, he's not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
So AC, so BKB, and like, now let's get the Albert.
We got no move for this final Rax defense before Vegas are going to be taken out. 50 seconds, they'll be put on the sidelines. Looks like an opening is there for Mihad now. They set him on the stuns, they hit him up the Lotuses and the Forces. Sonic Blade's going to fly, only going to be
He
able to
doesn't
catch on
have
the
a buyback, I
Resolution.
think.
Resolution also very low, has to rush on back. Wee goes down, and as you mentioned, no buyback. 90 seconds. This looks to be the beginning of the end here.
He just bought the Dagon with 2
And it's
calls it
over.
GG.
Things got a bit awkward there at the end for Planet Odd, but DC will get their closure and take game number 1 in the 7-3 playoff match.
Radiant's middle tower is for victory.
Woo!